All right, y'all. So I'm in a group chat and somebody told me to react to this video. I don't know what this video is about, but I do know that the title of it is not something that I normally talk about. I've made a couple of videos about relationship stuff, but that's not my forte. All right. There's a real reason why I'm single. There are several real reasons why I'm single. So I don't know. I guess I'm just gonna react to this little video then. Also disclaimer. I'm finna drink. I have a beer. So you finna see me drink. Trigger warning if y'all need that. I'm also gonna smoke a cigarette too, but I'll try to do it off camera because I know folks don't like seeing people smoking cigarettes. But I'm gonna smoke a cigarette. Okay, let's watch it.
From a man, how do men view sex?
All right, now real quick, I'm just gonna say that there's always exceptions to the rule. All right,
go ahead, throw out the disclaimer.
And some men are gonna see things differently. I think for the majority of men, sex is just viewed as a pleasurable experience. That's it, a pleasurable physical experience. There may be some emotion a little bit in that moment, but it stays in that moment for the most part. Right? It's just not much more than that for the guy. You know, now don't get me wrong. And when I say there's emotion involved, I think when he actually likes the woman, he's in love with her, then it becomes something more than just a physical experience, a chance to bond with her, get closer to her. But outside of that, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna stop and say this. That man beard is really distracting. It's just very distracting.
It's just physical pleasure.
Do men have sex with women they don't like?
Hell yeah.
Look into that camera. Look into that camera and say
yeah.
Why? Why, Stephan?
Oh my
why?
God. Not only do men, now again, not all men, but not only do men have sex with women they don't like, there are tons of men who have sex with women they're not even attracted to.
So again, this is the men are from Mars, women are from Venus thing, because speaking for the majority of women, I can't even fathom a man on top of me that I don't like, I'm not interested in, I'm not attracted to. Like that, why would I do that? You all are totally...
Stop. Wait, hold up. She said she can't fathom having a man on top of her that she don't even like. Listen, I don't know who finna be the one to do it, but when are women gonna start getting real about they shit? When are we gonna start getting real? I think men like to think that we're that way. We absolutely will sleep with somebody that we're not attracted to. And I'm not speaking for all women. I'm not even speaking for the majority of women, but personal experience, like, we'll fuck with a nigga we don't like. Where is she getting this information from? Think about it. Like, your man's homeboy, right? Your man's homeboy who is fine as hell. Fine as hell. He always just happens to be around. That man, okay? But you're not attracted to him because you know what he's about or whatever, and he's not your man, right? But the second that your man pisses you off, all right. So we're just gonna act like we don't do that? Okay.
Well, so
their heads are exploding right now, Stephan. Their heads are exploding.
So now again, I'm one of those guys where I cannot sleep with someone I'm not attracted to. I'm very visual. I need that stimulation.
That's a motherfucking lie, nigga. Wait. Under the right circumstances, yes, the fuck you will. Under the right circumstances, yes, the fuck you will. Why are these people lying?
Simulation,
Thank
that's
God,
not
you got
there.
some standards. Okay.
You know, I can't do it. But I know dudes
that have none.
As long as you got legs and something in between, it's a wrap. Okay. And they will have sex out of the mere convenience of it in that moment.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because again, it is simply a pleasurable physical experience. They're viewing that woman as a chance to get off. That's it.
That's it.
That's all it is. And so, yeah, and as far as not liking her, because the reality is that he only has to tolerate her for that moment in time. This is why he may have sex with you, but he won't be in a relationship with you.
He won't even pick up the phone the next day, baby.
He can't deal with you more than just that moment. But to engage physically, and again, in that physical moment, he doesn't have to worry about having talks with you and all this other stuff. So yeah, he can still enjoy you physically, but not care for you otherwise.
So we're gonna pause.
Yeah, let's go ahead
Moment
and
of
pause.
silence.
Ain't finna be no moment of silence. Why are we pretending like we don't do that? You know that you don't want to do or have already done half the shit that this nigga want to do. But you stringing them along. For what reason? Baby, for what reason? For what reason? Because we like it too. So maybe at some point in time, yes, women, the majority of women wouldn't go out and cheat because of physical reasons. The majority of women would go out and cheat not out of convenience, but out of neglect, let's say, or whatever. Nowadays, I don't know about y'all, but nowadays, we think like niggas. I'm sorry, I'm not condoning it. I'm not saying that that's correct. I'm just saying, like, we think like niggas. We think like niggas. So, you want to get your dick wet for a little bit and not have to deal with me? Cool. Because I'm trying to... and not have to deal with you. Do you think that I don't like walking around my place completely bare butt, booty ass naked without having somebody grabbing at me every 10 minutes? I like to be free in my home when ain't nobody around. Do you think that I want somebody laying next to me when maybe I have to fart in the middle of the night? No, baby, I like my freedom. Like, I'm good on all of that. Like, I'm not saying that I don't want love or have that type of relationship. Anybody that says that they don't want a relationship like that, they're fucking lying. Of course you do. Of course you do. Of course you want a best friend. A best friend that you can hunch on. That's the bestest of friends. So, I mean, like, of course we do. But when I weigh, me personally, I don't speak for nobody but myself. But when I weigh the pros and cons, it's kind of like, do I want to deal with just one person? No, because I like a lot of people. Do I want to deal with just one person? Okay, does this person fit like every single thing that they need to fit? I'm a complex human being. Can't just not one motherfucking person deal with all of this. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a big ass package to have to deal with, okay? It's a lot that comes with me. Can't just one person deal with all of that. So, I don't know. Maybe because women get slut shamed or what the fuck ever. Like, I don't want to call it any kind of name. It just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, we think like niggas nowadays. We have the ability to think like niggas nowadays. Some of us are the breadwinners. Why shouldn't I think like a nigga if I'm paying you an allowance? If I'm acting like a nigga, why come I still have to think like a lady if I'm acting like, no, like, it's not going to mesh well with the general populace? That's not gonna work, baby. That's not gonna work. You want us to stop thinking like niggas, then maybe, just maybe, act like a nigga yourself. I'm so sorry, but that's just how I feel about it. We 2 minutes into this shit? God damn.
For y'all feelings and your edges. Okay.
Oh, boy.
But I think though that, again, that's a major disconnect because women a lot of times mistake men wanting to sleep with them with men wanting to date them or court them or be in a relationship. And so I hear, shout out to Kevin Samuels, all right? One of the things that Kevin Samuels says often that I do agree with, though, is that you cannot count the number of men who have tried to holler at you or try to have sex with you as the number of men who are interested in getting into a relationship with you. And so I think a lot of times women are mistaking one for the other and thinking, well, men are interested in me. You know, I am a catch. And just because men are interested in sleeping with you does not mean that you are necessarily what men are looking for when it comes to a relationship.
So okay, let me finish.
What's the difference? What would make a man say, okay, I'll have sex with you, but that's as far as it'll go?
Okay, so why is it that we have to put in like so much time and energy and effort into who we're fucking? Now, I get it. A lot of feel like, damn, bitch, like you just gonna be out there. No, I mean, if it's your special flower, then let that be your special flower. And you only give it up to special people. Okay, that's perfectly fine. I'm just saying, like, why should I put in so much time and energy into, if we know that this is what it is. This is what it is. It is this, and it will never be that. Okay, if we got that mutual understanding, what is the harm? What is the harm? Because, well, I guess that's her point, and that's what she's saying, is that a lot of women confuse the two. And I'll give her that. A lot of women do confuse the two. I've been guilty of it before. Starting off like with a friends with benefits type of situation, and then I ended up being the dummy to catch feelings. So like I get what she's saying, but I also have had very successful friends with benefits type of relationships. And like that is what it is. Like, just, you my friend. I want to see you do good. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm glad that you got your own hobbies, you got your own things, you got your own shit that you doing. That's cool. We finna do the thing. Because I got my own hobbies. I got my own shit that I like to do by myself and not with you or anybody else. So we're gonna do the thing, and then we're gonna go our separate ways and live our lives. Like, this whole, well, I think I'm getting ahead of myself. I'll give her that. Okay? I'll give her that. She say sometimes women confuse the two. And yeah. Y'all just witnessed me arguing with myself for no fucking reason. Just to flip. This is why some women need men. I'm one of them women that, the type of women that, like, I'm not finna calm the fuck down unless I have a man. If I got a man, I'm gonna calm the fuck down. I'll calm down, but I don't like calming down. I don't like to calm down. I don't want to do that. Don't make me do that. I don't want to do that. So yeah, but I'll give her that. Some women just get the two.
Oh, okay. There's various levels to it. For some men, it could be levels of physical attraction. So, to put it in a more specific context, so people can understand, if his standard for marriage is, I'm only going to marry a woman who's an 8 to 10 on a scale of 1 to 10, but he'll sleep with a 6. He'll sleep with a 5. You see what I'm saying? So there's enough, and maybe she's not that cute, but her body's banging. So he'll sleep with her because he really likes her body.
We do that too. Do people think that we don't do that too? We do that too. Who told him we don't do that? Why is she sitting there acting like we don't do that? We do that. I mean, it could be for any number of reasons too. Like, we could just be bored. Or, you know, we might have a whole rotation and everybody in that rotation is busy or fucking up. You know what I'm saying? So then you just like, okay, I'll hit up the one nigga. Y'all know what the fuck I'm talking about. Don't sit up here and act like you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Shit.
He wants to try it out. I know that sounds horrible, but I'm just.
That's a real
It is
thing.
what it is.
Let me
Yeah.
put that in my notes because we gotta come back to that.
All right.
Likes her body and wants to try it out. That's a real thing for us too. Why is she acting like we don't do that? I am such a sucker for a tall nigga with tattoos. If you tall, you a nigga, and you got tattoos. I'm just I act right. You tall? You can reach the top shelf? Ooh, shit! You can reach the top shelf, yo. He can reach on top of the refrigerator. And it's not a mini fridge? Yo. Like, I like a tall nigga. I like a tall nigga with tattoos. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, you want some fried chicken? You want me to fry you some chicken? I don't fry nobody no chicken. You want me to fry you some chicken? You need some chicken? Okay, I'm gonna go do some chicken. Okay, I'll do it because you tall and you have tattoos. I love that shit. That's my yeah. So even if it's like, I mean, all the better if you actually like the motherfucker, but like, I ain't gotta like a nigga to climb on the tree. I know that sounds bad. But why is she pretending like we don't do this?
But again, he's not attracted to her enough physically to say, I want to spend my life with her. Because again, it's one thing to have to see you for the night.
Okay, I can't watch no more of this. This is gonna have to be the end of it because, like, where are you spending your life with somebody? Lord have mercy. Okay, Jaden Smith, he's doing that shit right. I'm not gonna post a picture because I don't think that I can post a picture on YouTube. It's Jaden Smith done got himself a woman. I don't want to talk too much into it because she's relatively unknown. You know, she's not putting all of her shit out there. She just outside with her mans. Let Stella get her groove back, okay? Just leave her the fuck alone, okay? Yes, Jaden is with a whole ass woman. Let that boy get taught a thing or two. Leave him alone. Okay? He's doing the thing that you're supposed to do in your 20s. Find you a bitch that know what the fuck she doing, learn you a thing or two, and then go find you a wife. Like, my thing is, there are over 8 billion people on this planet, and you think that you found your one true love in the 5th grade, and that's the person you gonna grow up with? Over 8 billion people on this planet, and you found that motherfucker across the street. You found that nigga just right there. You didn't have to travel, you didn't have to go outside or nothing. He was just there. It don't work like that. Somebody got to die alone. Somebody has to die alone. It is what it is. I'm sorry. But I think that the sooner that people can get more realistic in the sense that somebody got to die alone, and sometimes maybe, just maybe, it might be you, bitch. It might be you. So you're going to have to be able to be okay with who you are as a human being. But with this, it's like there's no in between. They're talking about smashing and dashing and falling in love. Like, how, Sway? You gotta have a middle ground. You gotta be able to have something in between the two of you. And that's why we have so many toxic ass relationships, is because you get these people out here that are spouting off at the mouth, oh, well, women want this and women want that and men want this and men want that. We're not all a monolith. Some of us like some shit and some of us don't like some shit. Like, you just have to know who that person is. Like, as an individual, you have to know who yourself is as an individual. And that's what your 20s is for. Your 30s is for still kind of figuring some shit out, especially if you didn't get a chance to in your 20s. But and then your 40s is like enjoying your life, enjoying the life that you've built between your 20s and your 30s, right? Starting to really put that nest egg together for future generations. Your 50s, you still outside. Trust me, 50 is not old. 50 is not old. 50 is not old. I keep telling myself that, y'all. 50 is not old. 50 is not old at all. But I mean, like, with these different stages in life, and again, not everybody is a monolith. Not everybody is gonna have the same path and have the same journey. You may have found your one true love in the 5th grade. You know what I'm saying? And if that's you, then congratulations, like dead ass, because that's not something that everybody does. And especially when you think that you found your person in the 5th grade, and then you grow up and then you realize, like, oh shit, like, maybe this wasn't the person. Maybe you were supposed to just be in my life for a season. People don't want to admit that shit either. Like, think about the first time you've ever fallen in love, right? Think about how that person made you feel. Think about how that person was constantly on your mind. You couldn't think about nothing the fuck else, right? Now, think about the second time that you fell in love. What if when it was good with person A and good with person B, you found them at the same time? Then what you gonna do? You gonna choose? We're not meant to be monogamous like that. We're just not. That's another thing that people don't want to really admit and talk about, is monogamy. Now, I'm not saying that it's not possible. Of course it's possible. My parents were monogamous. Like, they only had eyes for each other, and it was the cutest of fucking things. I mean, whatever. You're supposed to experience shit. And when you experience certain shit in life, then it helps you to develop stronger relationships in the future. And I think that encouraging people to fall in love too early is such a detrimental thing. And that's how you end up with toxic relationships and bad marriages and divorces. It's because so many people just love the idea of love so much that they want everybody else to experience it. But it's like, sweetheart, not everybody can experience it. That's the truth of it. Not everybody can experience it. If that happens to be you, then cool, awesome, wonderful. And if that's something that you're still striving for, don't let me be the motherfucker to tell you to stop. Don't do that. But I'm just saying, like, just, can we be a little bit more realistic? Can we be a little bit more honest too? Like, maybe women are more sneaky about it. Maybe we just don't talk about it, but we definitely do all of those things. Absolutely, we do all of those things. And I would argue that men are more emotional when it comes to sexual relationships. I don't know. Maybe because women have become more independent over the last, couple of decades or whatever. Maybe it's that. I don't know. I don't know what the switch was. I don't know what had happened. Okay. All I know is that this is how it is today. Yeah, okay. This is how it is today. And yeah. All right. I mean, I guess that's it for me. And I didn't even smoke no cigarette. Hey, look at that. Cheers.